Good day everyone. In this video, we will discuss about a brief history of operating system. So what are you waiting for? It starts now. A brief history of operating systems. Operating systems. According to Amy Mastrogiovanni in 1988, in the hierarchy of computer programs, operating systems are royalty. All other orders are subordinate to them. Also, an operating system is the basic software that defines and creates, controls and manages services and maintains an environment for the development and running of computer programs. So as you can see, these are the types of computer operating systems. First, iOS. Apple iOS is a popular operating system for smartphones. It works on Apple hardware including iPhones and iPad tablets. The second, Microsoft. Since 1985, Microsoft Windows has been in one form or another and remains the most common home and the office software operating system. The next is Mac OS. Apple Mac OS is running on Apple laptops and desktop as the successor of the popular operating system OS X. The next, Linux or Linux, is a computer operating system which is like Unix, built under the development and distribution model of free and open source software. What is an operating system? An operating system or OS is system software that manages computer hardware, software, resources, and provides common service for computer programs. And what is the importance of operating system? An operating system is the most important software that runs on a computer. It manages the computer's memories and processes, as well as all of its software and hardware. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language. It moderates the relationship between the computer and peripherals. It encourages the memory for its efficient usage and thus adding the speed of the computer. So as you can see in the left side, these are some of examples in operating systems, and in the right side, in the image, from user application operating system to hardware. Generation of computer. A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. Nowadays, a computer can be used to type documents, send email, play games, and browse the web. It can also be used to edit or create spreadsheets, presentations, and even videos, like what I'm doing right now. But the evolution of this complex system started around 1940 with the first generation of computer and evolving ever since. There are 5 generations of computer. So let's talk about what are the generations of computers. The first generation of computer, 1946 to 1959. First generation computers. The period of first generation was from 1946 to 1959. The computer of first generation used vacuum tubes as the basic components for memory and circuitry for CPU. These tubes, like electric bulbs, produce a lot of heat and installation used to fuse frequently. Few examples are ENIAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC, IBM 701, IBM 650. Those are the few examples of the first generation computers. The advantage of first generation computers, it made use of vacuum tubes, which are the only electronic component available during those days. And the disadvantage, these were very big in size. As you can see in the past picture, the computer was very big. These computers were based on vacuum tubes. The second generation of computers, based from 1956 to 1963. These second generation computers were also built of solid state design and contained transistors instead of vacuum tubes. They contain all the components we associate with the modern day computer: printers, tapes, storage, disk storage, memory, operating system, and stored program as well. Few examples of computers in second generation are Honeywell 400, IBM 7094, CDC 6004, CDC 3600, and UNIVAC 1108. The advantage of the computer in second generation, due to the presence of transistor instead of vacuum tubes, the size of electron component decrease. This result in reducing the size of computer as compared to the first generator computers. Less energy and not produce as much heat as the first generation. The disadvantage, a cooling system was required. Constant maintenance was required, only used for specific purposes. The third generation of computer, 1964 to 1971. The period of third generation was from 1965 to 1971. The computers of third generation use integrated circuits in place of transistors. A single IC has many transistors, resistors, and capacitors along with the associated circuitry. This development made computers smaller in size, reliable, and efficient. The few examples of computer in the third generation are PDP-8, PDP-11, ICL 2900, IBM 360, IBM 370. And what are the advantages of the computer in the third generation? Those computers were cheaper as compared to second generation computers. They were fast and reliable. Use of IC in the computer provides the small size of computer. And the disadvantage, IC chips are difficult to maintain the highly sophisticated technology required for the manufacturing of IC chips. Air conditioning is required also. The next is the fourth generation of computer, from 1976 to 1999. The period of fourth generation was from 1971 to 1980 or to 1999. Computers of fourth generation use very large-scale integrated circuits. VLSI circuits having about 5,000 transistors and other circuits elements with their associated circuits on a single chip made it possible to have microcomputers of fourth generation. The few examples of the computer in fourth generation are IBM 4341 and DEC-10, Star 1000, PUP-11, and many more. The advantage of the computer in the fourth generation is fastest in computation and size get reduced as compared to the previous generation of computer. Heat generated is negligible. And the disadvantage, the microprocessor design and fabrication are very complex. Air conditioning is also required in many cases due to the presence of ICS. Advanced technology is required to make the ICS. And the last, the fifth generation of computer are right now we are also having these computers right now. These are the few examples of the fifth generation of computers. As you can see in this image, it is probably and most of useful in some technology that may cause good advantage in you. Few examples are desktop, like what I'm going to do right now, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, Chromebook. And what is the advantage of the fifth generation computers? It is more reliable and work faster. It is available in different sizes and unique features. Also, the disadvantage are they need very low-level language. They may make the human brains dull and dull. This is the evolution of the Windows operating system. So as you can see in this PowerPoint, version of Microsoft are evolving from 90s up to now, from Windows 1 to Windows 10. The evolution of the Windows operating system, Microsoft introduced Windows as a graphical user interface for MS-DOS, which had been introduced 2 years earlier. The product line evolved in the 1990s from an operating environment into a fully complete modern operating system over 2 lines of development, each with their own separate codebase. Windows 1. This evolution of Windows operating system is the example of a few examples like Windows 1. These are the sign of the Windows 1, Windows 2, Windows 3, Windows 95, Windows 98, and Windows 2000. Also, there is Windows XP. This edition of Windows was launched on October 25, 2001. These are the signs. Windows Vista. This was launched on January 13, 2007. Windows 7. Windows 7 was released on October 22, 2009. Windows 8. This was released on October 26, 2012. And the last, Windows 10. This is the latest Microsoft Windows version in the operating system market. So, This Windows 10 helps us to improve and fast the learning program, and also to help our community. This was released on July 29, 2015. Up to now, this Windows 10 is very reliable to all of us. So as you can see on my video, operating system is very helpful to us. It includes many more ideas to build this operating system. But as from generation to generation, right now we are upgrading more and more operating system to improve. Thank you for watching. God bless.